are you eating? It's 1, 2, 3. Cook it, Mama. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, guys, so it's done today. We're doing What's My Studio. This actually only came out like about a week ago, so like a little mix of this whole What's My Studio video thing. So we are close to it. So this is done probably the video season.
100 years
anyway,
of stories.
This is 100th anniversary short. It's always a treat.
100 years
Disney
of magic.
Animation Studios has never failed us once.
Do you think
Except
all
for
the
that
villains will show up?
And that donkey.
Not all.
Why didn't they have any new movies to come out for the 100 years?
They do wish that
film. Once Upon a Studio. World
But why are they
broadcast
waiting to
premiere
put it
October
at the end of the
15th,
year?
only on
What if it's a
ABC.
flop?
Be careful.
They don't have time to do a backup.
this is the backup thing, kind of. But they have to do it. They did it a week after Disney's actual 100th anniversary.
Come on, Minnie.
Because they couldn't release it on the actual day of the 100th anniversary.
Picture time, guys.
I'm thinking they're probably going to do that on the 1000th
Come on, everybody.
anniversary.
Here we go.
Disney has become a company so giant and such a big and went from such a big entertainment icon to becoming a punching bag in recent years.
Do you think Disney will make it another 100 years?
100 years of magic.
No. Definitely.
Do you think all
Simple.
the villains will
They
show
have
up?
already. The
Not all.
reputation has always been good this 100
Celebrate
years.
100 years of Disney
Until
with
we-
Disney's new original short
Recently, the
film, Once
reputation
Upon a
has fallen
Studio.
so
World
much.
broadcast premiere
And
October
Disney-
15th,
and you know-
only on ABC.
Be
They
careful.
lost like $1 trillion.
Oh.
None of you know that Disney had and 2017, 2018, 2019
That it? They all
had
gone?
17 movies to make $1 billion.
Minnie, this is it.
So do you think 100 years from now people are going to be like, what's
Picture
Disney?
time, guys.
They're not gonna be like what's
Come on,
Disney,
everybody.
but they made too many iconic animated films just to be forgotten about. But 100 years from now, they're gonna be like
100
Disney.
years of
What a
stories.
crown!
Make it pink.
Okay.
Like I think more like Disney is probably
100 years of
gonna not
magic.
make in 100 years. It's gonna make like
All
at
the
least
villains will show up?
at least like another
Not all.
40 years probably.
Celebrate
But there's
100
no
years of
other,
Disney with
like,
Disney's new
I-
original
Other than
short
like
film, Once Upon a
Pixar or
Studio.
whatever,
World broadcast
there's no
premiere
other
October 15th,
studio
only on
that
ABC.
Be
that
careful.
does specifically like kid content. The way not the way Disney does.
Yeah.
So unless like a
And
major
technically,
competition,
even Pixar can be considered a little dark.
so that's what I'm saying. Unless like some major competition studio emerges that does what Disney does,
Come on, everybody.
Pixar.
it's going
Technically,
to
Pixar's
fail.
not even a competitor. It's own Pixar now.
Right. So
Except there's one main issue.
it's gonna make
100
it.
years of
There's no
stories.
real competitors.
Unless
it pink.
kids stop being kids and start watching.
100 years of magic.
That's already kind of happened.
Do you think all the
But
villains will show up?
really,
Not all.
something I'm going
Celebrate
to
100 years
probably
of Disney
say
with Disney's new original
is
short
pro-
film,
I'm
Once
probably
Upon a
going to
Studio.
actually
World
say
broadcast premiere October 15th,
is
only on
that
ABC.
in the
Be careful.
if you understand. Okay, no, but DreamWorks is a competitor to Disney
Oh, okay.
Is that it?
because
They all gone?
technically any animation studio,
Come on, Minnie.
What's DreamWorks? What's an example of DreamWorks? Oh, DreamWorks.
Shrek,
Picture time,
Okay.
guys.
Shrek is an example of a
Come on,
DreamWorks movie.
everybody.
But I would say even like Shrek is more kind of
Adult-like.
middle ground between like, cause like some of the jokes and
100
stuff in
years of
Shrek,
stories.
like me watching Shrek when I was a kid versus now, like it's some of the jokes I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, but then you didn't get it.
Yeah, cause it's like it was
All
targeted
the
for like I
villains
guess the
will show up?
parents who were having to watch it.
Not all.
Kids.
Yeah.
Celebrate 100 years of Disney with
Yeah, I
Disney's
guess
new
that
original
is
short
kind of
film,
thing.
Once Upon a
Yes,
Studio.
kind of.
World broadcast premiere
But
October
still, but it
15th,
still
only on
means people can
ABC.
still
Be
kids can still
careful.
watch the movie and they'll still think it's good. So that's kind of basically any animation studio can still be counted as a competition to Disney. In fact, technically
This is it.
anything with a theme park. Or any studio, anything with a theme park. Okay, did you know that Disney had a
Come on, everybody.
did real estate apparently they entered real estate.
So do you think? Okay, do you think that
100 years of stories.
the studio, like the movie studio, needs the park to survive,
100
and
years
vice
of magic.
versa, or do you think like the studio could go away and the park could still survive,
all the
or like
villains
the
will
park could
show
go
up?
away and the studio could still survive?
Not all.
Okay, the park.
Celebrate 100 years
Now,
of
there's one
Disney
main
with
issue with
Disney's
that.
new
So,
original short film.
this video
Once Upon a
that I
Studio.
was watching
World
about the
broadcast premiere
Lincolns,
October 15th, only on ABC.
actually encapsulates how Mickey is the mascot. Is that Mickey is supposed to be? It's not. Mickey is supposed to be more feeling than actual character. He was supposed to be like a symbol of the company.
Oh,
Like Mickey's mostly like
the logo.
Come on, everybody.
like Mickey's more yet less like a symbol of happiness, joy, and childlike wonder, which is the whole point of
100
Disney.
years of stories.
That's what they stand for,
Make it pink.
and that's what Mickey stands for, which is the reason why Mickey's more of a
100
symbol than
years
that.
of magic.
And something that shows that is Disney, the happiest
all the
place
villains
on
will
earth.
show up?
There's one main issue
Not
with
all.
that. If Disney World stops,
Celebrate 100 years of
That-
Disney
if
with
Disney
Disney's
World
new
gets
original
canceled,
short film.
a
Once
main
Upon a
mascot
Studio.
would
World
lose
broadcast
a
premiere
bit of its
October
charm.
15th, only on ABC.
Goofy, careful.
True.
And that would be devastating to the company. Because right now, there will be something new with Mickey Mouse's face all over it. People would just be rushing the theaters being like, oh, look, Mickey Mouse, this is probably an amazing thing.
Right.
And they're like, and the kids are probably gonna be like, okay, I want to go see that. And the parents are gonna be like, it's fine, it's not good enough. And that's what, if the theme parks go away, that's gonna be an issue. Also,
Years
the
of
theme parks
stories.
bring in a
Make
lot
it
of
pink.
money. The theme parks are actually the most successful thing right now.
One magic.
So if the theme parks
all
like
the
they don't
villains
on in
will
no
show up?
lifetime,
Not all.
yeah, they'd probably be in trouble.
Celebrate
And if they
100
stop
years
now,
of Disney with Disney's
yeah,
new
they'd
original
probably be in
short
trouble.
film. Once Upon a Studio.
So,
World
the theme
broadcast
parks
premiere
are
October
very
15th,
bad.
only on ABC.
Because currently the studio needs the theme park to like run stuff. Something else which is not being helpful. Disney
I
Plus.
feel like the theme parks make the movies and stuff more interactive.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That way you can interact with the characters at the theme park.
Come on, Minnie. This is it.
But what about Disney Plus?
Yeah. Talking about Disney Plus
Picture
now.
time, guys.
Disney Plus ruined the box office.
Here we go.
How so?
So you see, you know how Pixar movies started releasing on Disney Plus after they released in
100
theaters?
years of stories.
Well, that started to be an
Make
issue
it pink.
because people didn't go to watch it in theaters. They waited to it release on
100 years of
Disney
magic.
Plus like we do. You don't see an example of it because we wait to stuff around Disney
All
Plus
the
before we
villains
watch.
will show up?
We're not like rushing the theaters
Not
to
all.
watch it. In fact, the first movie,
Celebrate
the
100
first
years
movie
of
that I
Disney
even
with Disney's
remember
new
watching,
original
the
short
first
film.
movie that we
Once Upon a
watched was the
Studio.
Sonic
World
movie.
broadcast
They
premiere
came
October
back to watch
15th,
the
only on
Mario
ABC.
movie.
Goofy, careful.
We did do Indiana Jones and Spider-Verse because
Did we do both of the Sonic movies? Did we watch both of the Sonic movies in theaters? Or just the first one?
That's the first one, I'm pretty sure. The other one we
Is that
watched
it? They all
on
gone?
DVD.
Oh, boy. Come on,
Did we?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think we watched it. in
Well,
theaters.
did the second one come out during the pandemic?
Picture
Oh,
time,
maybe it's
guys.
probably not.
Come on,
And
everybody. Here we go.
because theaters were because our like family isn't that big of a fan of
100 years
theaters.
of stories.
Well, actually, we're big fan
Make
of
it
theaters, but going is kind of
Yeah, but only if it's like
100
something
years of
where
magic.
it's not something that we want to watch.
and something like where it's like this, the experience is gonna be better
Not
in
all.
theaters, and also if it's gonna be a while before it comes out on DVD or streaming.
Years of
That-
Disney with Disney's
And
new
that
original short
helps
film.
the
Once
box
Upon a
office
Studio.
numbers
World
because when
broadcast
people
only on
going to
ABC.
theaters to watch Pixar movies
Be careful.
and Marvel movies, and that started,
During the pandemic.
yeah, and that kind of hurt them. Not to mention all the controversy that Bob
They all gone?
I feel like they should just figure out a better way for them to make revenue off of just doing at-home movie premieres.
Exactly, because that's what they need.
Come on, everybody.
But something else I need to talk about. Disney Plus. They lost like $7 billion from Disney.
100 years of
They
stories.
basically have to go from. So here's the thing. They basically have to go from Star Wars, Marvel, Star Wars, Marvel, Star Wars, Marvel. And that's not
All the
helpful
villains will
because
show up.
number one, people aren't the
Not
biggest fans of the Marvel stuff. Number two,
Celebrate 100
the
years of
sequels
Disney
kinda
with
killed
Disney's
Star
new original
Wars
short film, Once Upon a Studio.
because
World
they were like
broadcast premiere
trash,
October
and
15th, only on
it was
ABC.
really
Be careful.
and basically what the content we're getting now is amazing, like Loki season 2 happening, but stuff isn't what it needs to be or what it used to be.
Is that
Disney's
it? They all
reputation has just fallen so far as well that they're just not. I think if Disney Plus and the theme parks went down today,
Your time, guys.
Disney would bone up and die like
Come on,
immediately.
everybody.
They wouldn't survive
Oh yeah, definitely.
because but Disney Plus left them $7 billion. $7 billion.
100 years of
And the theme
stories.
parks might be the most expensive thing right now. And now we'll talk about the ESPN. ESPN is a part of
100
the
years of
streaming
magic.
Not doing the best. They also own
All the
Hulu. Not
villains
doing
will
the
show up.
They're doing
Not
well,
all.
but things aren't as good as they used to.
Celebrate
Hulu,
100
let me-
years of
okay, let me
Disney
talk about
with Disney's
Hulu for a
new
second.
original short
Hulu.
film, Once Upon a Studio.
I
World
find
broadcast
their
premiere October
like
15th, only
Afro
on
program, whatever you
ABC.
call it, a little busy. Like I like the way Disney Plus has things categorized, like if it's Star Wars or Marvel or just like straight Disney. Like it's easy to kind of find stuff and like see stuff and recommendations. Whereas Hulu, I feel like when you go to Hulu, it's just like it's
Time, guys.
I don't know. It's not. There's no organization to it. I never know where to look or what to do when I get to Hulu. Like if I go to Disney Plus, something's gonna pop up and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, let me watch that. Whereas when I go to Hulu, it's just like a bunch of randomness, and I'm just like, unless I go there specifically to look something up, I don't ever like get on Hulu.
All the villains
Whereas like
will
sometimes
show
I
up.
will go to Disney Plus and just be like, let me see what's gonna pop up.
Exactly,
Celebrate
because there's
100
something
years of
public.
Disney with Disney's
I
new
think
original
that's because
short
of the
film,
whole
Once Upon a
Disney
Studio.
thing.
World
Disney
broadcast
has
premiere
so
October
many, like,
15th, only on
like if you
ABC.
think about it, Disney's the perfect thing for like a streaming service, you would think, because Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, The Little Mermaid,
Is that it?
classic animated films. They have like 100 years of stuff like that.
And then they also have like Disney Channel movies and shows, especially like old school ones from
Come on,
back.
everybody.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Xenon.
Yeah, things are starting to get, but something that's the biggest part of their success.
100 years of
Like
stories.
animation studio, and oh my god,
Make it boom.
it's doing
100 years
terrible.
of magic.
The animation studio has
All
lost
the villains will show
one.
up.
I'm pretty sure the animation
Not all.
studio is losing them 1.2 million.
Celebrate 100 years of Disney with Disney's
I mean,
new
that's a
original
lot,
short
but-
film, Once Upon
Yeah.
a Studio.
It's not that
World
bad,
broadcast
but
premiere
it's
October
not
15th,
good.
only on ABC.
Currently, the animation studio is not doing that well. Same for Pixar's box. Pixar's box office is kind of appealing itself. And Wish probably will make $1 billion. Hopefully, Wish is good.
Come on, Minnie.
Hopefully, the reviews will come in, and everyone.
I'm hoping it's good, but it's just the trailers are very misleading to me. It's kind of like I don't like a trailer where we don't really know what's happening.
Yeah, the only thing we know about is the villain,
100
the
years
animal
of stories.
sidekick,
Make it
the
pink.
ocean star.
But from the trailer, you explained it to me, but from the trailer, I didn't even get that was a villain. I thought he was friendly.
No, he's a
All
villain.
the
I didn't
villains
even
will
get
show
that from
up.
the trailer.
Not all.
Yeah, stuff.
Celebrate 100 years of Disney with
That's
Disney's
why I was
new
confused. I
original
was like,
short
what is this
film, Once
about?
Upon
Like
a
her
Studio.
walking around with
World
this
broadcast
star? Like,
premiere
what?
October 15th, only on
Exactly. It's
ABC.
kind of
Be
like,
careful.
well, technically there are scenes. Like if you see, there are scenes where you can see him grinning evilly, but you missed those, so that comes over there too quickly. But it was weird. There isn't really much about how it's happening. Also,
Come on, Minnie.
what? So I think did Tinkerbell bring them to life?
Picture time, guys.
Why did they? I don't know. You need to get from talking about Once Upon a Studio to talking about Disney as a whole and about the 100th anniversary.
Okay. But back to Once Upon a Studio.
Okay, actually, let's finish this.
100 years of stories.
It's not what it seems to be. Like, Disney seems like, oh,
100
this
years of
entertainment
magic.
kind will never fall. No, no. It was really not the
All
best
the villains
thing.
will show up.
And they went from
Not
being this
all.
animation studio who were highly
Celebrate
respected and
100
highly
years of
praised for
Disney with
releasing
Disney's
some of the
new
most
original
greatest
short
animated
film,
films
Once
of
Upon
all
a
time.
Studio. World broadcast
To bring
premiere
the
October
studio who
15th,
released
only on
half of the most
ABC.
animated.
I think they should stop trying to. How can I say this in a nice way? I feel like a lot of
They
Hollywood
all gone?
and stuff today tries to be
Come on, Minnie. This is it.
overly like inclusive of stuff,
Yeah,
Picture time, guys.
which inclusivity
Is
is
important.
important, right? But
but
like,
they're
don't.
going too far.
Yeah, you don't have to like do the most.
You know they have an
100 years of
entire
stories.
department of Disney just about.
It's just kind of like, 'cause it comes off
100
as
years of magic.
unauthentic.
It comes out
If you're
more
not-
like trying to please people.
Yeah, instead of
All
just
the
like
villains will
naturally,
show up.
like if you're gonna like naturally
Not all.
like be making stories and like have
Celebrate
diversity in the
100 years
characters
of
being
Disney
good,
with Disney's
but
new
like
original short film,
don't
Once
come
Upon a
across as
Studio.
you're like
World
just trying to
broadcast
put
premiere
like
October
different
15th, only on ABC.
minorities and different cultures. And just to say like, oh, well, look, we have somebody from whatever culture. Like it just seems like
Not
you're like it's fake.
They all gone?
yeah, like it's kind of more like you're trying to please people.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, it's like
It's not authentic. It's not true to like the characters. It's like let's just meet a quota.
Here we go.
Yeah, like actually, like we're not talking about the Ariel thing. Because Ariel was actually a good choice.
Yeah, that was good. And like, okay,
100 years
we're
of
mainly. I think we're mainly talking about. Cause like that, like okay, I'm fine
100
with Snow
years of
White
magic.
being a different ethnicity or whatever. That's
All
great.
the villains
But
will
like the
show
whole
up.
thing with the dwarves, like.
Celebrate 100 years
I
of
just
Disney
don't-
with Disney's
Also,
new
why did
original
not get
short film,
actual,
Once Upon a
like,
Studio.
little
World
people,
broadcast premiere
right,
October
to see
15th,
if they
only on
would be
ABC.
offended by
Be
it.
careful.
Instead of just saying, "Oh, Peter Dinklage says so," so he probably
But he
speaking.
doesn't speak for the whole little people community.
Exactly, that's what I was just about to say. He doesn't speak for the whole community. He's just an
That
actor
it?
who is
They all
successful,
gone?
and apparently the only. So I think if the community actually, if the community knows what's happening right now, I know that a bunch of little people will probably just mouth up to the Disney Studios lot and start protesting because it's so weird how they're not.
Right, and it's like
100 years of stories.
Because don't you think putting that putting little people in a movie with an entire
100 years of
will
magic.
actually be helpful to them.
right, because to me it would make more sense if they didn't want it to be like I guess.
Not all.
Which I didn't see where in Snow White.
Celebrate
Maybe
100
maybe
years
I
of Disney with
maybe I can't
Disney's
speak
new
on this,
original
but I didn't
short
see where it
film, Once
was
Upon a Studio. World
offensive,
broadcast
like
premiere October 15th, only
stereotyping
on
little
ABC.
people
Be careful.
in any particular way. They all had different personalities, but they could have, if they felt like it was offensive, they could have just still had little people play the roles and just like give them
Is that it?
Like,
more diverse personalities or something. So it wasn't like stereotyping little people as one thing.
the first thing I could think to say as a stereotype would be like cranky.
Okay.
That's
But
the
yeah, but they could have made his character more like
100
that
years of
multi-dimensional or something.
just
Or explain why he was cranky. Okay, that would have been a great
100
opportunity.
years of
Maybe he's
magic.
cranky because he's tired of people like picking on him for being
All
little.
the
yeah,
villains will show
exactly.
They could have.
Yeah, they could have done an
Not all.
entire. They could have had that be like a
Celebrate
part of the
100
movie. They
years
could
of
have had
Disney
him
with
go to
Disney's
off
new
in the
original
movie and
short
have it
film,
be like
Once
an
Upon a
entire
Studio.
lesson
World
about
broadcast premiere October
people
15th, only on
Right,
ABC.
and then we could have been like a learning moment about like little people.
Exactly, but instead Disney decides, oh wait, this actor who was successful, who played E.T. in Marvel, apparently has has spoke for the entire community, and let's make them. Well, he's the only little person.
That's actually in the movie.
Yeah. And by the way,
What are they calling them?
they're calling them elves.
100 years
But they
of
could have done that
stories.
with little people. They could have
Make
just
it pink.
they could have got little people and called them elves. But then I don't know.
100
That's
And
years
you
of
know,
magic.
and by the way, you know how it's no longer Snow White the seven.
All the
It's Snow
villains will
White.
show up? Not all.
But let's get actually the Once Upon a
Celebrate
Studio,
100
because we
years of
just
Disney with Disney's
completely
new
got
original
into a
short film,
tangent,
Once
talked
Upon a
sincerely
Studio.
about
World
Disney
broadcast premiere
as a
October
company.
15th, only on ABC.
Which,
Be careful.
yeah, okay, let's go to Once Upon a Studio and get out and end this video on a lighter note.
Okay, what did you think about it?
I mean, it was good.
It really didn't have a purpose other than just seeing all the different characters over the 100 years come together
Yeah, but it was good enough.
and them saying,
Yeah, it was really good enough.
Come on,
Yeah,
everybody.
but
Here we go.
yeah, in fact, I feel like when you could watch the original Pinocchio.
oh, the cartoon. It was
100
several of
years
the
of
movies
stories.
that I had, like other classic movies I haven't seen. Like, I've never watched Bambi. I've never watched Lady and the
100
Tramp.
years of magic.
I don't think they're rating a
All
trap
the
movies.
villains will
I
show up?
think it's more.
Not
I
all.
don't remember. I know I've
Celebrate
watched like
100
the
years of Disney with
Hercules
Disney's
movie,
new
but I
original
don't
short
I
film,
watched
Once
it.
Upon a Studio. World broadcast premiere October 15th, only on ABC.
Yeah, I watched it. It's good.
It's also been a minute since I watched Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah. But that is it for this video. Once Upon a Studio was good, but with your thoughts in the comments as Disney of a company, and a real question of the day, what do you think of Disney? Do you think they're good, bad, mediocre? We need to know, cause and by the way, don't be afraid to put long paragraph. But put it to a minimum.
And when we find out more information about the Snow White movie,
Make it pink.
live action movie, we might.
Yeah, but they're working on live action.
100 years of
Oh.
magic.
Oh,
Yeah, it's gonna be good as long as they stick them
Do you think
stick to
all
the
the
animated
villains will
movie
show up?
perfectly and don't change
Not all.
anything.
Celebrate
Okay.
100 years of Disney with Disney's new original short film, Once Upon a Studio.